All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Undocumented Truth. I call you the undocumented citizens, not saying that ISIS will come after you, but hey, so happy to be back here in the studio with all the team. Everyone is excited about this specific topic, and I'm telling you, I am excited to hear all what you have to say. And we are talking about something that is very particular to a lot of us and a lot of you out there, because so many have asked for it. First of all, the observation came from, we have seen an increasing number of requests for paternity tests. Why? Because of child support. So today we're going to be talking about why child support. Is it a necessary evil, or it's something that we should continue encouraging in our society today? And with me in the studio, we have, as usual, the outstanding, fantastic, gorgeous Lady D. And on my right, we have the phenomenal, classy, always controversial Mr. Ben.
Gentle Mr. Ben.
Yes, gentle Mr. I like that.
Yeah, the gentle one.
Yes. And then we have the one person who's ready to tear everything upside down, question, doubt, shake it up. Call it a mixed shakes or whatever, milkshake or whatever. And I'm talking about no other person but Manny.
My lord.
AKA NZ1 of Mbatu.
My name. Thank you very much for the intro, Mel.
Yes, I am really looking forward to this, to us dissecting this topic today. Because a lot of men will agree out there is a need for paternity tests. And why? Because everyone is getting put on child support. Even married men are getting put on child support. Why?
It's the new coronavirus.
It's a virus. I love that way of seeing it. So let's start by looking at what is child support all about, first of all, to start with. And I don't know if anyone wants to start first, but I'll let Manny go ahead and anchor us through.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, Mel. Like you said, there has been a growing amount of people asking or requesting that we talk about this topic. It's a topic that I have been wanting to talk about myself, so it didn't come as a surprise. And I'd like us to look at it from a particular angle, right? Mm-hmm. In your guys' opinion, why do you think the child support system is even relevant to today?
I think the system is relevant because there are a lot of people, or there are a lot of parents that live apart from each other. And the fact that one may be doing better, or just the fact that one is keeping the child, housing the child, maybe sending them to school, he needs support from the other parent. So it's very relevant. And even if it was not relevant 20 years ago, I think that was the mistake that needs to be corrected.
In my opinion, child support was put in place, I said again in my opinion, it was put in place as a mechanism to make people accountable for their decisions. If you decide to lay with somebody, male or female, and procreate, then you should be held accountable for the outcome of that interaction.
You should take responsibility.
Unfortunately, everyone isn't trained, raised, or built to consciously or naturally take responsibility. So a system had to be put in place, a reactive system, because laws are put in place based on, it's a reaction to things that keep happening. Mm-hmm. So it had to get to that extent.
To what extent you mean?
Parents abandoning their responsibilities.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you have to say, Ben?
Yeah, I think child support for me is it's something very controversial. Personally, I don't think it is something necessary. Personally,
okay.
Yeah. Because when you have a child, that child does not actually belong to you as a person. It belongs to the society. So society should take care of the children. We need people to live on earth. So there's no need forcing someone to take care of the child in particular. The child belongs to the world. It's God's
When you were
place.
having a good time, the world, society was having a good time with you. Wow.
Oh my
That's
God.
my opinion. You shouldn't
No, it's.
force-
I mean, I like to hear it.
It's-
Yeah.
You shouldn't force
That's an
somebody
interesting
because,
opinion.
you know, first of all, sex was meant for enjoyment in the first place. Child is just
side product
it's a
of
side
that
product of
enjoyment.
sex. So when you have it, society should take care of it because you are part of society, not you in particular. That's my opinion.
Okay, where are you coming from with the fact that sex was meant for enjoyment? Because my Bible tells me that we should go and
I think you shouldn't go into that.
No, I mean
Again,
that is the
no.
book that I follow. So I don't. I'm asking which book or which
What makes you think that
yes.
it's meant for enjoyment?
It must come from a book. The first thing is when you do it, you
Oh
enjoy it.
Lord, it could be a
Ben is
Sex
coming
most
from
of the
a
time is about enjoyment.
practical place.
Thank you.
You definitely.
So you indulge
feel the
in it for
enjoyment.
pleasure.
For pleasure,
When-
and the
yes,
child
so-
is a side product.
Okay,
Wow.
that's your
Or
opinion.
Okay.
the accident of it.
What about you, Manu?
I mean, I think.
And one thing is very clear: if you want to have a child and you intentionally having sex because you want to have a child, it might be difficult for you to have it. But
because you will not be enjoying. You will
If
be there
you
focusing
are
to have a
focused on
child.
something else, just go for the enjoyment and the child will come. I'm talking to those who don't have children yet. Just go for the enjoyment and see what happens to you.
Okay. I mean, I think if you ask me, what I would say is, it's a system that was put in place with very noble reasons, right? With very good intentions. But you know, we always have these people in society whose job is to abuse the system, and I think that system has been abused to an extent where the system becomes a nightmare to the child. I think the child's first nightmare in this world is when they have parents that are going through a child support situation. The parents don't suffer, even though when you go turn left, turn right, they say we're doing this for the benefit of the child. But because the parents, either both parents or one of the parents is abusing the system, it ends up hurting the child more so than helping the child. And I've seen a lot of those situations happen. So, if you ask me my opinion right now, I think that system, it has reached a stage where it should be overhauled altogether and looked into very well. Child support was meant for runaway parents, not for parents that have been kicked out of the life of their children by one of the parents because they are trying to turn the child into a source of income. A child is not a source of income. And until the system realize that and fix it, then we are going to continue to have the children suffer rather than benefit from the system that was put in place to help them. So
But you'll also be surprised to hear that there are parents that are putting the other parent on child support as a punitive measure.
I mean, that boils
just-
down into what I'm saying.
And yes,
That
and
people
all
are
of
abusing
this, again, I'm glad that we agree on the initial reason for the child support system was for the child, because that's why it's called child support. It's not just the financial reason, is to actually compel the parents to both be present in their child's life. Now, unfortunately, it was defined financially.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to say. That child
Yes.
support is not for the parents to be in the child's life.
But-
child support is to force one of the parents to provide financial
financially-
support to the other parents, not to the child. Because there are so many ways you can support your child financially without giving the money to the other parent. But the
Okay.
system has been built around you, the parent on child support, giving that financial support to the
How
other
can you as the other parent who does not live with this child support your child? I mean, there are other ways, and I agree to that you can actually support your child without giving finances or without
paying them,
right?
Yes.
If you, let's say you are there taking care of the child, let's say you come and you take the child over the weekend, or you guys are actually doing 50-50 when it comes to like taking care of the child is living with the other parent. How is that child going to eat? Are you going to be cooking food every day? how is the child? What about the rent of the house the child is living in? What about, let's say, okay, you pay the tuition, but let's start with food. Are you gonna be cooking food every day and bringing for that child to eat? If finances doesn't have to be involved.
No, I think
Is that a question for?
That's a question for anybody that wants to answer.
I think the fact
Yes, because I think my understanding is that you're saying that child support can actually be in place without any money being exchanged,
let me
right?
answer this question. What is money?
What is money?
It's not food. It's clothes.
Money is the what you use to get what you.
facilitator.
Yes.
It facilitates access
if
to
I
this.
buy food, buy clothes to come and give to you, is it the same? Like, is it not child support?
Well,
If you are doing that, right? I think in the first place,
I mean, if it was
most
defined in terms of maybe you bring food every week, you bring clothing, you bring maybe bedding, kind of stuff every week. Would that be
I am
enough?
sure most of the people that are put on child support, they don't do that to begin
exactly. And I wanted to
No,
jump
I mean,
on that point, Mr. Ben.
If you were obligatory that every week you need to bring food, you need to bring clothing.
But Mr. Ben, unfortunately, people again, I
with.
said
They
the
wouldn't
reason-
do that.
You can't do
Like
that, then you can't get money.
if there is nothing that
Or
is legally
another option
forcing
could be
them to
you
do
pay
so,
the money
even if you
somewhere and they buy the food to go and give to the custodial parents.
Well, unfortunately, the system, like Manny said, the system is completely messed up today. It has completely shifted from what it was supposed to be. In my opinion, again, I say child support was meant to hold both parents accountable and responsible for what they created. So if you procreated a child out of a decision, a choice you made to sleep with each other unprotected, you should be responsible for the outcome. And that outcome comes where now both parents have to be mature enough. But unfortunately, because humans are not they tend to deviate, and if they can escape and avoid a responsibility, they will, if the system allows them to. So they had to force them and hold them accountable through a system. Now, is the system messed up? Yes, because in my opinion, again, when they set up the child support system, child support is what they call it, they should have defined each year, this is what my child needs in terms of academics, clothing, feeding, health, this and that. Split it in half. I don't care if the other parent makes money or not, because before you lay with somebody, lay with someone that you know can support for whatever comes out of it. So don't just lay with anything and whatever you see on the street.
No, lay is lay.
No, I think I disagree a little bit with you. Let's say we are two parents that decided. When I made that decision to sleep with you, I was capable at the time. Now, maybe I lost my job or something happened. If I cannot take care of my child and you, the other parent kid, is capable of taking care of that child, I don't think you need to cut that responsibility into half. No, I'm finding another job.
Guys,
or maybe I have another job that is not up to what you're making. If that child needs to be, let me finish. If that child needs to be in a school that half of it or more than half is coming from you, you should step up as the father of that child that is making more money to support me that is taking care of the rest of the maybe the feeding and the accommodation for that child. I don't think if the other parent is making less, they should be punished, or they should not be able to get the other help or more help from the other parent of the child.
Lady D, let me make 2 points here.
Okay.
Right? First of all, let me address Mel's point about paternity, right? Paternity is very important to determine if both parents are actually the true biological parents of the child, right? All right, so let's say we've done that and it's out of the way. Next is, how do we support this child to grow in a healthy environment, right? First of all, again, I'll repeat this, child support is meant for absentee parents, not parents that have been chased out of the child's life by one of the parents because they want to turn the child into a source of income. So, to address Lady D's point directly, if, let's say we have a kid together and I make more money than you. I think the best child support should start with custody, right? and the custody naturally should be 50% for each parent because you contributed 50% and I did 50 to bring that child into this world.
Right.
That's where child support should stand.
Yep.
With that in mind, we know I'm going to take care of my own 50% of that child, and you take care of 50% of that child from your own end. Now, let's say I make more money than you, and you can only care for 25% of the child, right?
Yes.
So now, bring your other 25% over to me, who has more money.
Okay.
I also think that the custody needs to shift to 75% of
Yes.
custody for me and
Yes.
25% of custody for you.
I agree with
do
that.
not agree that any money should exchange hands
Extra
at any
money.
point.
Yes.
And if one of the parents can contribute 0% of the child, if the other person is willing to take care 100%, he should
have
by
the
nature just get 100%
Yes.
of that child and take care of that child.
I agree with that.
Instead of ruining the child life by forcing me to pay money to the other parents
More
when
money.
I know for sure that they are not spending that money on the child. They are spending the money on themselves. I'm not supposed to be responsible for you just because we have a child, and you're not supposed to be using a child as a source of income. And anybody that is doing that is definitely evil.
I do understand that child support money is being can be used on other things. I don't actually I don't support that. But the fact that you're thinking that you're paying money to the other parent who is making less than you, the parent that is making more, instead of you being in custody of the child, I don't support that. First, I think child support system actually takes into consideration who can take better care of the child. The fact that they decided to give the custody to the parent that is making less money, I think they put into consideration how much time, based maybe on your job.
Oh, not true. Not true,
First of
Lady.
all, we didn't determine that.
Okay.
I'm just saying that
In general.
the way they should calculate child support, this
Yeah.
is a solution
Logically.
that I am providing.
Logically,
Okay.
yeah.
The way it should be calculated should be based on your ability to support that child
Yeah.
Financially.
Yes.
Especially
What about you,
because,
like-
hold on.
Okay.
Especially because at the end of the day, the court doesn't come to your house to see how much care you're giving that child. They just go to court, they say bring your paychecks, and they look at it and they reach a decision. That is what they do.
Exactly.
I'm telling you,
Did-
that is
And
how the
that's
system works.
exactly what it
You
is.
can shake your head, yes, no, but that is how the system works.
Think of this.
That's exactly what it is.
I am
system is
the
wrong.
That
parent.
is where the problem
Wrong.
is.
No. You said the ability to take care of the child financially. Think of a billionaire that has all the money but doesn't have the time. Cannot even sit with the child to help them do their
Even that
homework.
parent who is struggling
Why would
financially.
you want
Lady
me
D,
to give my child
No.
to that parent
It's
because
both
he
your
has
child.
the
It's
money?
both parents'
Yeah, hold
child.
on. I think-
And,
both
and,
parents'
and that
child.
is one of the things that the courts used to decide.
If you're making
who
less
should be
money, it
in
means you're going
custody
to
of
spend
that
time
child.
trying to find a job and you will not be there to take care of the
I
child.
mean,
on,
even
guys.
if you have all the money, you should just
Let me-
take care
let me-
of that
let me-
child
No, I'm
and
talking
me
about
while
the
I take
argument
care
that
of
you're
the child.
giving that a billionaire will not have time to spend with their child.
No,
That
the
is-
parent who is not financially
Listen,
stable
let-
would
let-
not also have
let-
time because they have to go look
Can
for
we-
a job.
yeah.
No,
No.
let me just clarify something. I think
Okay.
Ms. D is misunderstanding something
let-
here.
I don't think
I
I'm
want you to listen.
misunderstanding
No,
because
you
you
are.
cannot just base the financial part
You're
of
just
things.
talking. You've just talked.
No,
Let me talk.
no,
Give
no.
me a chance to
Yeah,
answer
go
what
on.
you
Go
just
ahead.
said. Give
Yeah.
me a chance. I said child support is meant for absentee
Parents.
parents.
Okay.
To hold
So
them
if you're a
accountable.
billionaire and you're always up and down trying to make your money, you are an absentee parent. If you were listening to me, you would have heard me say that.
Okay.
Then you should pay child support because you are not available to take care of the child.
Okay,
I
that
am
makes
talking
sense.
specifically in
To
situations
someone
where
that
the dad
has
is
the
there,
money and the time.
mom is there,
Either money or
and
not.
they are forcing them to
Either
pay
way.
child support.
Yeah,
No,
because
what do
some
you mean
parents
by
don't,
either
even
money
the
or
parent who
not?
doesn't have the money has to go out and keep hustling and hustling. So they have to. Today your child is with mommy. Tomorrow your child is with grandma. After the child, because you're out hustling. To make
No,
money.
they can not have enough money because they have a job. They already have a career, but that career is now paying them enough money like the other parent.
So they need to
So
step
is it
up
my
their game.
fault because you're earning less than
No,
me?
it's not.
Should I be punished for earning more than you?
No, what is the punishment here for taking care of your child?
He's asking me to pay more.
Paying you is a punishment to me because
It's paying for your child's
when you
upkeep.
speak, let the other person also speak. We can't just be speaking over each other.
Because
Okay.
I somehow
If you don't, I am ready, I am there to spend the money on my child. I don't want to give it to you. If you don't have the money, let me have my child and spend the money on them. If you can prove to the court or you can prove to the system that I am not taking care of the child, that's a different story.
Yes.
So we should not just mix the points, and we are not even making sense to the people listening to us.
No, we're not. I need to understand your point well. Like now you're
can we
speaking, but
move
you
to the
only
next
said
point?
financially. The child should be given to the child that is to the
If we don't
parent
listen
that
to each
is
other, then we'll
financially
Can we move to
able
the
to
next
take
point?
care of the child. You didn't say financially
Listen
and
to
also
each other.
available to take care of the child.
Absentee. Absentee means you are not there.
You're not present.
Well,
I did say that.
Okay, so let's move.
maybe
to the next
I
point.
missed
Mr. Ben,
the
what's your point?
absentee
Next
part
point.
of things.
Okay.
This is the fact. If you are a parent and you are able to stay with the child, take care of the child, do everything with the child, money or no money, then you are capable. Taking care of a child is not even about money that much.
No, it's a lot about
No, hold
money.
on.
It has a lot
Hold on.
to do with
Let him-
money.
let him make the
I'm
point.
making the point. I want you to make the
I'm
point.
making the point.
Make it very
The fact
clear.
is, if you are a parent and you have that money, you can take care of that child. Even you can hire people to come and take care of that child.
To yourself.
Yes. You can hire people to come and take care of a child while you're not there hustling for the money. But once you show proof that you have money, you can take care of the child. If you want to be home so that someone should pay your child support so that you can, bathe the child, kiss the child, go with the child for a walk around, that is not taking care of the child as such.
Yeah.
I want
That
to
is
assure
your
you,
decision,
right? That is your decision.
I shouldn't
You
be
are poor.
made to
So
pay
the
for
one
you
that
for
has
your
the money,
poor
who can
decisions.
hire people, nanny or whatever, to come and take care of the child, should have total control of that child. Let
So,
that person be
that
the
brings me to
custodial
our
parent.
next- that brings me to our next thing.
What a lot of people do is, once they have a child with somebody and they know that person is a little bit richer than them, what they do is
They make him
might
their
even
source of
cease
income.
from working and take just petty jobs here and there, so that person can start paying maybe.
Do you know why that happens,
Thousands of
Ben?
dollars
Do you
today.
know why that happens?
I am sure the courts.
It is because of the way the system
is
has
made
been
today.
made.
Yeah.
So these people are exploiting the system.
Yes.
It is a poorly designed
Structured system.
But instead of the people to look at this system and say, this system needs some tweaking, it needs to be fixed, they are stuck with it. That is where I have a problem.
And if you have a problem with that, just make sure you have a child with somebody
With
that
the right
you know will not even be counting on you to take care of, or will not be trying to come to you because they want to exploit you.
I'm sorry, Ms.
Who
Davis.
forced
I'm
you?
sorry
Who
to say
forced
this,
you
but
to go somewhere you
you're
were
not
actually?
making sense.
No, I'm making
I don't know what
sense.
you mean by making
I am
sense.
making sense. Go have a child
Well, can I make-
somewhere where the mother can take care of their child without even coming to you.
There are people that have been married for years and they divorce, and their wife go
And they'll
file
put
for
them on child support. Yes.
Or their husband
Child support
go
is
file
not
for
just
support.
financial,
It is not
it's
something
also
that you can look at
resentment.
somebody in their face and know that, oh, this person is never. We shouldn't even be thinking whether the person is going to put you on child support or not. If you are
if you have a problem, that's the system, and you cannot change the system.
Let me finish, Lady D.
Or maybe
Let me finish.
it would
Just let
take
me
time
finish.
for you to change
If
the
you're laying
system.
down and having a child, you should be responsible enough to know that you have to take care of that child. The system shouldn't come in to force you to take
Both
care
parties,
of your own child.
both parties.
No, but there are cases where the system had to come in because the other party was not
Well,
doing
that
that.
is why the system
is-
was
I
put in
I
place.
don't even
That is
believe,
not the reason
I don't
why the
even
system
believe
always
that
comes in.
There is a genuine mother or father somewhere who loves the kid, who would like to put someone on child support to pay money for him to take care of it.
Well, Mr. Ben, the system-
Listen, if I have my child, I love that child. I
You.
wouldn't even ask anybody, okay,
That's you.
can you come give me money to take care of my child?
That's
No,
you.
I would do
If you
everything
decide to
possible
suffer-
That's you.
take care of my
No,
child,
that's
even
you.
alone.
No, that's you.
Well,
Mr. Ben,
you're
if you
making-
decide to suffer, especially if you don't have enough resources to take care of that child, that's on you.
If I
But
don't have it, I
trust
will
me,
hand it to somebody who has the resources to do it for me.
That's
Really?
what Manny was saying. That the person with the most resources should be
That's what I'm supporting.
should have custody of the child.
And then I don't believe
okay,
in
can we
child
move,
support
guys? I
because
was
a
gonna.
genuine parent would take care of his or her child without needing child support.
Okay,
And that's why a genuine parent should also pay child support without complaining.
Okay, so it seems like we seem to disagree. We agree to disagree on that one point on why child support was put in place. But now let's move forward to what benefits has this brought to children who actually get the support that is needed from both parents. And I'm not gendering this. I want to start first with, it's proven that children who get the support from both parents, where parents are able to co-parent properly and support each other with the child's upbringing, most of these children end up mentally, psychologically, and in their careers, they are more stable because they didn't grow up in a traditional household, but they had that equal balance support because both parents were there. And I'm saying it wasn't just financial, it's because both parents contributed their own part to make sure that child was raised properly. So it is more of the child, putting the child first and putting your pettiness on the side.
Yeah.
So what do you all think of that?
I think what I've observed and seen, child support has rather led a lot of kids to be desperate, destitute, and hungry and angry at the same time. Because the first thing is this: I've seen situations where, because there's no man or woman that will know I'm giving money for child support and that money is not being used for that purpose. Antagonism sets in. You become angry. Either you are, with a lady, you are constantly arguing, constantly quarreling, constantly, trying to throw insult at each other. And the child might be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. You think the child is not observing the insult and the abuse and whatever. He or she, that child is observing and seeing, and it's being internalized in that child. At the end, he grows up with some kind of attitude of anger, attitude of carelessness or carefree, I want to say. So, I'm sorry. I want to say that child support, because your analysis was different. It's a situation where the parents are,
we always have two sides, two parents. Yes,
it's not even they've agreed to.
When they actually respect what child support is supposed to be.
Maybe it's 50-50. They just take care of the child and they're okay.
Yeah.
But in a situation where it's pure child support, where maybe because child support comes in when the parents don't agree on anything most of the time. Yeah.
So maybe
comfortable environment.
Maybe I'm lost somewhere. So is the problem really that the other parent is paying money to the other parent, or that the money that the other parent is paying to the parent that has the custody is not being used on that child?
That's a problem that comes in.
But if the money is actually being used for the upkeep of the child is very healthy, the child is going to the best school, the child is eating the best food, is that still a problem?
No. The problem is that's not the case 8 out of 10 times.
So first of all, to address Lady D's question, right? We do know that our conversation here is built around conflict situations that involve child support. And we are talking about child support situations that are in conflict, right? Where the parents might not be agreeing and things, which is why at the beginning I said the best child support is to begin with custody.
Yes.
Mother 50%, father 50%.
Regardless of income.
When the child is with you, you take care of him. When the child is with me, I take care of him. If one of the parents feels like they don't have enough resources to take care of that child during their 50%, they can decide, say, okay, I'm going to add you 10% of my time. I'm going to add you 20%, 30%, or you just take the whole 100%. Okay? If the other parent is more better placed and has the resources to take care of that child, it should be done that way. And if you want the child, you should be able to provide the resources to that child while the child is with you. That is all that I am saying. In this high conflict situations,
scenarios,
you realize that the mother, like you said earlier, I don't know if it's Ben or Mel that said it, the mother might decide that I'll just stay at home and be kissing the child and not work because the other parent makes more money. The other parent says, oh, if that's the case, I'm also going to sit around and be kissing the child and make no money. Who suffers?
The child.
Now that child suffers because the mother is not making any money, the father is not making any money, the system is now forced to provide benefits because they will go and apply for food stamps, Medicaid, SNAP, and all that crap.
And that's the nonsense about the system.
I have seen situations where the father is trying to add the key to his health insurance, and the mother is standing there and refusing to provide the necessary documents. I've seen situations where mothers remove father's name from birth certificates because they want total control. So these women, they turn it into control.
Punitive.
They weaponize it.
Rather than the care of the child.
Yeah.
So, and the system doesn't see that.
That's it.
Because the system is supposed to look at that and make the decision of that child's custody based on those actions. And until somebody speaks up and speaks out and people stand up and vote the right people in office and put the right people in place, this nonsense is going to go on.
Well, there was a time I asked somebody, why isn't there a organization of parents who are put on child support? Why isn't there an association where they can come together and agree on what measures should be put in place? Because there is a TV show I watched, it's called Love and Hip Hop. I'm advertising, unfortunately. This young lady who went and had a child with a married man because he was drunk in the club and all that, it happens, accident. But she got pregnant, insisted on child support. They even increased they gave her more than what she wanted because they saw the condition her family was in. And she took the money to do, BBL. BBL.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
It happens.
And unfortunately, the system doesn't.
The system doesn't.
They don't track when you pay child support. The mother or whoever is receiving the child support has no obligation to provide receipts on how that money was spent.
But that's not how it should be.
In my opinion, that's the only place the system has failed.
It has failed in so much in the child
You
support.
don't provide any receipts.
Yeah.
So you can use the money whatever you chose.
Let's look at the effect of child support on the non-custodial parent. What it does to the non-custodial parent. Just imagine that you have a job that probably they pay you $3,000 a month and you're paying child support for $2,500. Can you rent a house? Can you stay in the house? You start living on the street.
No, but child support is measured.
I think it's calculated based on your income and then.
No, that's what you guys think. That's not how it works. It is a messed up system.
Yeah.
So you can actually be making $3,000 and paying child support for $2,000.
What?
No, your child support can even be more than what you make.
I think we should have an episode where we can really. I don't know if anybody has expertise on that domain to really dive into creating awareness. Like what? Because this is shocking
how is
to
that
me.
possible?
And the funniest thing is done state by state. Every state has its own kind of.
Yeah, it has its own process. I mean, after the show, I'm going to show you some. I mean, if you go online and ask for child support calculator, there's a calculator that you can use.
It's not based on income.
How come the calculator can make you pay more money than you pay?
Here,
and
because again, that's something too technical.
That's irrational, though.
Let me say this again. When I was trying to do some little research about this topic, what I discovered was that the states receive some benefit from the federal government just because they're enforcing child support.
Ooh.
I actually learned that when you pay that money, the state deducts their own share for administrative costs.
There is
yes.
And they still receive some benefit from the federal government for enforcing that law.
Right. So somebody is being enriched somewhere through
the audit the child support organization.
No, they're supposed to be auditing everything. Yeah. Like
if they audit it or not, how does it help your child? So I don't care about all of that. I care about how is the child benefiting because one of the parents is paying child support.
No, the child is definitely benefiting
because people have gone to jail for not paying child support.
And the worst thing is
the child is benefiting. I think we're just
auditing the system.
Do you know what?
Well, if this system was structured and they follow the rules, what is supposed to be?
Accumulate, and you pay interest on that money again.
So when they lock you up, how are you supposed to pay for that child?
Why are you not supporting your child? I'm in support of that. Yep. If you don't want to support your child, let that interest accrue.
You're not paying child support.
Yeah.
How is that benefiting
The
your
child?
Because they always claim to say that child support is for the interest of the child.
Which is why I'm saying the organization should be audited.
In the interest of my child.
Yeah.
Is what I want those people that are so smart to tell me.
I know a father who paid child support for 18 years and was never allowed to see their child. 18 straight years.
I've seen people pay child support for children for 18 years, as you said, who are not parents of the child, who is the biological father of the
and it's
child.
again, like you said, it was supposed to be for the absentee parent, right?
Yes.
I mean,
but I'm telling you, this father for 18 years went through all kinds of people and organizations to try and see their child.
Let me ask you guys this question: If one of the parents chased the other one out of the life of the child, do you guys think that the parents that has been chased away should pay child support or not?
They shouldn't. Because you intentionally,
they should.
When you talk about change,
should how?
How do they do it?
How are you paying for a child?
You're paying for your child, not for the mother.
They accuse you of molesting the child.
Yep. If
They
that's
accuse you of child abuse.
So then what child are you paying for? So your money is good, but your presence is not good?
Wait, if your presence is causing harm to whether to the mother or to the child, what should your your money is not.
Please, you guys should listen to me. I said they accuse you of. I did not say that you were doing it.
Okay.
Because these parents are so vindictive that they do that with the hope of getting you out of the life of the child so that they can get child support. Like you guys said, child support sometimes depends on the amount of custody.
Yeah.
So if they get 100% custody, that means they will get more money. So maybe you guys have 50-50 and you're giving her $500. She wants $1,000. If she chases you out, she will now get $1,000. The system is supposed to deal with that, take away that incentive of a financial benefit because you have custody.
Yeah.
These are some of the places again where the system is so flawed.
It's rigged.
And it is hurting the child. If this was not hurting the child, I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
I care about this because it ends up hurting the child.
So now that we know the reason why this child support was ever established, we know how it's been abused today, we know how it's impacting the child. What do we suggest that the system that we do, those people who might be affected? I'm not just talking about the system, right? Because it takes forever for the system to change, but the people who are directly affected by this situation, what do we suggest they do at some point as individuals, as a group, to address the... We hear about petitions every day in this country. How come there've never been a petition of parents paying child support to say, we want to know how this money is spent, we want the system changed or restructured? What do we suggest as a way forward from here?
I think the only downside to the whole child support thing is the fact that there is no accountability. So I will only suggest that the court, the law, should come back and have the mother or the father that is receiving child support show how that money was spent. Give receipts.
I mean, they can fake receipts.
I mean, you cannot fake every receipt, or if the system is really doing their job, they should be able to tell if the receipt was really faked. Because if a child is supposed to go to a certain school and you fake a receipt, they can find out by going to the school, right?
So too, if they faked something,
it's really just, to me, it's a matter of getting accountability, giving those receipts,
have to quantify
keeping them,
spending with the child, that kind of thing, in terms of money. Because actually, if you are living with the child, taking care of the child, bathing the child, feeding the child, and doing all that kind of stuff, that is time spent, which should be quantified in terms of money too.
I don't think so.
For you to demand receipt as such.
I don't think so.
No, you can demand receipt in certain cases. For example, if you're talking about spending maybe $2,000 every month on child clothing, you should be able to show receipts, right? as opposed to maybe childcare.
Yeah.
Like you sit with the child at home or you're taking care of the child for this amount of time.
Yeah.
That is different from buying something for the child or maybe sending the child to
But
a
you don't
particular
expect to be
school.
paid for parenting, right?
Yes, that's what I'm about to say. To Ben's point, where
Yeah.
if you're bidding the child and these,
You're parenting.
That's the you
I
can't
think
provide.
child support in-
No.
into account
What do you
such
guys?
things.
What do you guys
I'm
forget
just- I was just
to
saying
know
that.
is just you having a child comes with responsibilities.
Yeah.
You cannot want me to pay you for bidding your child, and I don't want you to pay me for bidding my child.
So the child support is for.
It's for those needs, those necessities.
Clothes,
Health,
food,
we don't know.
housing.
We don't know what they calculate.
No,
Healthcare.
I think, Ben, I
Yeah.
think I know where you're confused.
Yeah.
And if you,
I'm not confused.
if you
Go
know
ahead.
that,
Yeah.
if you agree that child support is for absentee parents, then you will understand why child support is needed. Because when you're an absentee parent, it means you are not there to spend that time with the child when you're supposed
And you
to.
have to pay for it.
So that's why you're paying.
So you are
But
pay-
if
you
you're
are
a
paying
parent,
that person who is taking care of that child.
yeah,
who is
the
spending
person
time
is
with the
doing
child.
their own part
Yeah.
and doing your own part. So you're paying them for doing your own part.
Then you are supporting my point.
Well,
Paying
No.
that lady, you are paying the
not
lady.
for the
You are
daycare,
paying
not
Not
for the
for
no,
not for
taking
you.
care of the child. Absentee means you're not taking care of the child's needs. You're not providing for your child.
So you're paying for the other person.
Are you sure
to
the
take
child needs only food and clothes and stuff like that?
That's why, in my
So if
opinion,
you are not there, how do you provide the things that
Right.
the child needs?
That I'm saying, the child needs more than that.
If you are not there, how do you provide the things that the child needs?
So are you?
Whether the child needs God or the child needs Jesus, you are not there. Who is providing God and Jesus for the child?
That's so you pay because
For
you're
the
not
person
there.
that is providing those things. Because the child will get those things whether you are there or not.
Yes.
The child will eat whether you are there or not. The child will go to school whether you are there or not. They will need a place to sleep whether you are there or not.
Yeah.
They will need shoes. They will need games. They will need a tutor. They will need all those things
The
whether
child-
you are there or not.
It needs
So
kisses,
because you
it
are
needs
not there,
pampering.
because you are not there,
Yeah.
you are
Because you're
paying
not there to
for the
pamper
child to get
yeah.
those things.
So the person doing it should be paid too.
That's what I'm saying.
That will say the same thing.
Okay.
the person doing it is doing their parental duty.
No, they are doing their own 50%
Yes.
and their own 50%.
Because when the
You're
child goes to the
paying
other
for your
parent,
own
you do the same
50%.
things. But the child, yes. So we're literally
But
saying,
that's
All right, but let me ask a question, right?
Let me say-
Regardless of whether you want to say something,
Yeah. I wanted us to just to look at the which race is.
no, I don't want it to be racial.
I know.
I mean, if you have something to say,
I don't have
go
any
ahead and say,
statistics
I don't
for
have
any
any
race.
information about
Yeah.
who has more child support than who. I just
You have
know
to
that,
understand that the system exposes a certain group more than a
yes,
certain group.
because they have an agenda. also
Yeah,
that they
so
wanna
we
drive
cannot-
out.
yeah.
But from my experience, I know that African women that come here do child support more than even the women that are here.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to hear.
But the
Are
thing
you
that I
happy
wanted
now?
to ask is this.
I'm very happy now.
Okay.
Regardless of whether one of the parents makes more money, do you guys think that if you are taking care for your own 50% and I'm taking care of my own 50%, no money should change hands, or money should still change
More
hands?
money
if
should
one
always
parent is
change
making money?
hands as needed.
The way I see child support personally, for me, is every year we agree on the basic necessities or needs of our child. We know this child is of this age, they need to go to school, they need clothing, they need healthcare, they need this. If we monetize what these basic needs and necessities are, we split it 50%. The time you spend when the child is with you, if you want to take them to a playground, whatever, that's up to you. If they're with me and I want to take them to a park on a trip, that's up to me. Don't make up plans about taking the child to a trip when they are with you and you expect me to contribute to it. That was not part of my plan. That's not part of my 50%. You do what you need to do, but we've split the basic necessities in half, 50%. If you cannot meet up your own 50, then give me more time with my child.
Like I said, right?
That's
So,
my opinion.
Yeah, I completely agree
Okay.
with that 100.
When you split your own 50, it should be given to somebody monetarily, or how do you hand it to the other person?
If we've agreed that my child needs this clothing, this number of this,
I could go
it means
buy-
when we pay the tuition, I should have a receipt of that tuition. If we, because I need to claim it in my taxes too, right? we agree who is claiming what on the taxes or whatever. If we say the child needs this amount of clothes, I need to see my child looking good, not that when my child comes to my house they're looking shabby.
And that
you're
was
telling
really
me-
my problem, because when I asked the question, are you only angry that you're paying child support or that the child is not being taken care of? Because if you're paying child support and you're seeing your child all looking good, healthy, handsome, and all of that, what is your
I
problem?
don't think to an extent when the child is with me, I should buy him clothes. When they're with you, you should buy them clothes.
Yes.
To me,
So
I
don't
think
know
so.
if you guys are not really getting this. This child is our child, right?
It is.
You love the child as much as I love the child. Why do some parents always feel like the child is more theirs than the other?
Than the
parent?
other.
Or they love the child more than the other parent? Why does that even have to come into play?
And it's mostly women, even though I'm a woman.
Yes. If the
Mostly
child
women
is
always
with
think,
you-
my child. No, we both created
Yeah.
this
No,
person.
you can call the child your child as you like. I can also call the child my child. When you say it's your child, it doesn't take away the fact that it is my child. So I'm not bothered about how you call the child. I just care that we should provide the child with the best.
Yes.
And if you are not in the position to provide for the child,
Give me the
and
child.
I am, and I want to, I should not be paying you.
I think that-
should just be having
Taking
the
care of
child
it more.
and taking care of the
Yeah.
child. I don't know why people will
Man,
not
is that-
agree to that. They will want me to pay you to do.
And the
something
system
that I am
encourages
able to
that
do.
chaos.
And yes, that is what
Well,
I'm
I
saying.
don't know what the system looks
The
at
system
to
literally
make that
makes the parent that
decision.
earns more pay more child support because
The
they're,
onus-
they're
yes.
punishing.
No,
They tell you
Yeah,
to-
no, they want the
Logic.
child to have a balanced life
Let me understand one thing.
from.
If you are a
Then,
parent,
then
let-
the
let-
system
let me-
should make both parents to make the same
as
money.
much. Yes,
Let me understand one
hold
thing.
the other parent
The system cannot
accountable.
just come to
Make
fix
more money.
the small part that they
Yes.
want. They should
I am-
just fix everything.
I'm a little bit confused. Are
I said it earlier. I said
are
no.
we saying
But
that?
thank you for finally agreeing.
I'm a little bit confused what you're saying. Are we saying that if you are a parent and you are ready and willing to take care of your child, they can still put you on child support?
Yeah,
Oh my
because
God.
people use
Well,
child
they
support
They
as a
put it on child
punitive measure
support
too.
On what
because-
basis?
Because if I go and let's say we have a child and I
Yeah.
go far,
For
then
child
I want
support.
child support, they're gonna put you on child support.
No,
Regardless
I
of-
think they actually put they
Don't say no,
they take
I'm
into
telling you the
consideration.
facts.
Women, some
I'm telling
women,
you the
I know
facts.
women
I'm
that
not
out of
guessing. If we have a
resentment
child and I go and file for child support, they are putting you on child support.
Now, people are filed for child support and they didn't put them on child support. What you're actually
just the
saying
fact
now
that-
is like,
No,
if
we're
somebody
saying-
listens to you, they can think that anytime somebody
Lady
goes
D,
to court and file for
Lady
child
D, if I
support,
go
that
and
they're gonna
file
give that child
for
It
support
might not
to that
support,
succeed
person.
every
if I
time,
take
but
you to
they
court
file.
and put that I want to put you on child support, they're gonna put you on child support. That's
Oh,
a fact.
Lord.
In
I don't
this
know.
state
I
of
don't know.
Maryland.
I don't know.
What they
Lord.
do is they are going, like I said,
Yeah.
in court, all they talk about is money. Who makes more, who makes less. And the person that makes more will never go and file to put the person that makes less on child support. It's always likely going to be the person that makes less that will go and file to put you on child support.
So every child support case that is filed, it has to be approved. Like,
I don't know
I
if
don't
it's
say
approved, but
it
the
is
fact is that they
approved.
do
I am
file.
saying that person files, you will be on child support. Child
Okay.
support can be that
I think
somebody's
you know
giving
better.
Somebody's giving you $100.
I mean,
a
I've seen
month.
cases.
Okay, because maybe you guys are looking at child support from a very narrow angle. If
We don't have
the
experience,
people-
that's the
people
truth.
that pay, the people that file for child support are the people that make
Less.
not
That's
the
a
people that
fact.
make more.
That's a fact.
And
Yes.
we should ask why is it like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they want money from you. That's
Exactly.
the only thing why
My
they file
thinking,
it.
my thinking was that
if you have
you are being put on child support because probably you refuse to take care of a child.
Exactly.
You refuse to be present in
No.
the child's life.
Right.
Okay.
Or
That's
you
what it
wait.
was meant to be initially.
Yes.
You remember when we
Okay.
started this
so
argument?
if I take you and say I want to put you on child support, and you have been taking care of the child, do you think the court will not put you on child support because you have been taking care of the child?
They will.
If you have been giving
No,
the
I
child
think if you-
$1,000, hold on.
exactly.
If you've been giving the child $1,000 and they calculate and they say yes, you are supposed to be giving a child $1,000, they will still put you on child support to be paying $1,000. That is, they will not say, oh, because you were already paying $1,000 and it's $1,000, go and continue
they will
paying.
make it mandatory by
They
law.
will put you on child support to still. They might even go there and you were paying $1,000 and they figure out everything and it's $500. They will put you on child support to be paying $500.
Yeah.
That is what I mean.
50
I say
Cent
that
is an
if they take
example,
you
right?
there, you are going to pay.
You all know 50
They're going to
Cent.
put you on child support.
50 Cent, the American rapper.
Yeah.
He was actually paying $10,000 a month for his son, and his baby mama, out of resentment, took him to court for child support. And he has money, so he took attorneys that actually brought it down to $500. I don't remember.
Yours pay 25K.
I think
And
it
they
happens
brought
to
it
a
down
lot.
to like
Even,
5K.
This guy, Chris, I think Chris Brown.
So you see that
used
people are
to be
even
on
using
child
it as a
support, so I
weapon
think he was
today.
paying around 5K. The baby mama took him and he ended up paying 1,500. So, but they still put you
On child support.
Yes, I'm not. Forget about how much you're paying.
Yes.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They will put you on child support. You might even
Mandatory
be
by
paying
law.
$100 a month.
Yeah.
But you are on child support to pay that $100 a month.
Now, what is the after effect of somebody being on child support? Does it affect your credibility if you're like trying to get a job or something? Does that show up in a background check or anything like that?
I don't think so.
No.
Except you don't pay properly.
But I have filled
You fail to
forms
pay.
where they're trying to find out if you're paying any child support.
Yeah.
I think like if you want to buy like a house, they want to
Yeah.
know how
Yeah, they
much
wanna
you're
factor
spending.
that into
Yeah.
your income.
Yeah.
So that's
different.
something that can actually affect things to
Yes.
an extent.
Yeah, it can affect maybe a
well, I mean-
purchase you're trying
But
to
if you
make
can go
because
to-
of the
if you can-
money
if you can
you
go
end
to
up
jail for
losing
not paying
from
child
your
support.
overall income.
That is, if you can go to jail for not paying child support.
So it becomes a
Then it
weapon.
can
It
show up
becomes
anywhere.
a punitive
It's been
measure.
weaponized
Yeah.
by some parents, which still doesn't benefit the
child.
And if the system was actually there for the interest of the child, I think it would not have been weaponized to that extent. It has been weaponized because the system was meant so that it can be weaponized and abused and used against parents that look a certain way.
So
Well,
is
at
that
the end of-
brings it back to the auditing thing. If the system that was put in place was being audited and held accountable to make sure child support is actually what it was initially meant to be, instead of lazy people who don't want to do investigation, don't they do some sort of investigation when they want to establish child support or all
Who
of that?
does investigation?
I think the other parent
Don't
needs
each
to
parent
bring
have, like, an
some
attorney?
artifacts or proof to show that they actually deserve that child support.
You
All
don't
right,
under.
let me tell you guys. When
Yeah.
you go and file for child support, all that the child support office does is access how much you're making. So if you are working in a company, they are able to access that company and get your pay stub or your W-2, whatever.
They only worry about
That's
your pay.
all.
They don't
That is the
investigate.
that is where the problem is. They just worry about what you are
How
making.
much-
They go find out what you, the dad, are
That's a
making.
problem.
They find out what you, the mom, is making. They do the calculation.
That's a
Wait,
problem.
is
That
child
is
support
total
different from
nonsense.
custody? Like,
Yes.
Custody is about the time you spend with the child.
the child.
Yes,
Child
is
support
it
is the
cal-
money you pay, so they are different things.
Yeah.
okay.
But
Yeah.
child support depends on custody.
Okay, so
Yes.
who determines
if
that
you-
custody? The
The
child
court-
support
System.
office?
No, it's the court that determines custody.
Oh.
What does the court base its judgment on to determine that
That
this is a
custody.
more,
Again,
This is the best-
I don't know.
yeah, because every
But
case
you
is
go to
different.
court, yes,
Different,
you
yeah.
go
But
to
then
court
when you
and-
see the parent that has the most custody and you're like, how did this person even get the custody of this child 50%? You don't even deserve 50% when you look at this person on a daily basis.
I've seen. I've,
No,
you have
I
the-
think
I've even seen
it
people.
starts first with availability. How much time do you have to spend
They
with
don't
the
even
child,
investigate
What
to
I
see
have to tell you, Lady D, when you go to court, you are the one that tells the court your availability.
That's crazy.
Not the court.
That's crazy.
And the court
They don't
doesn't
investigate.
And yeah, that's what I'm saying.
the
You
court
tell
doesn't
the
come to
child, you
investigate.
tell the court.
I can tell the court that
I've
I'm
even
50,
seen-
100% available.
And because of that, I've seen some people who are specialists in having, who are specialist baby mamas or baby
Professional.
Yeah, some ladies who are just, they have
All they
five
do
kids.
is go around and have kids
Yeah,
with
they have
different
about
men,
five
and then they're
different
collecting
things. And they're
10,000
collecting
every
10,000
month.
Child support is a business. It's a whole.
It's a whole-
It's a whole industry where
Enterprise.
you see mothers, you see a woman that has
Maybe
five
maybe I
kids.
should start that business. It
5
sounds
kids,
very easy.
They have 5 kids with 10 dads.
Well, so now
There is no
All of
accountability
this-
in managing this as you.
you put me on child support. I'm just going back to a very remote village and be roasting cocoyams and eating and sleeping.
Well,
so
your
with all
child is
of our,
going to
with
suffer,
all of our
right?
different opinions and observations and what we know, Manny, would you, starting with you, would you support? Let me start with Mr. Ben actually, so that we can go this way.
I'm still
Mr.
in
Ben, would
support.
you be for or against child support, and why? Let's just have like a conclusive sentence statement.
Initially, I said I'm completely against child support because once you have a child, I said first of all, once you are having sex, the outcome is a baby, and you should be ready to take care of that child. Don't depend on any other person.
Oh, Mr. Ben, you
for
said
that child.
society should take care of the
You're
child.
changing what you said.
You
just
said when you have the
20
child,
minutes
society should
ago.
take care of it.
Society should take care of your child.
Don't depend on any other person like child support. The child is for you and the society.
Which
Okay.
society? Was I there when you were having a good time?
Well,
Make sure you make the threesome,
As I
a
said,
threesome, and I will take care of it.
sex was meant for enjoyment.
you
The
hear
outcome
what
of
Mayor
sex
just said?
is a
You
child.
need to invite
And
her
child
into that
belongs
room.
to
Let me
you
take
and
part in the
society.
When you're
enjoyment.
about to,
Yeah, let me be part
when
of the
you're about to
enjoyment.
pump out, you need to invite her.
Let's be
You
part
know,
of.
the onus is on the ladies, on women, because at the end, you carry the child, you put to bed, and you have some kind of attachment to that child. So once you have a child, don't always think about child support, because a lot of women in America here, they think that child support is a job. It is not a job.
Well, if
not
you're
a
looking for
source
child
of
support,
income. It's not a
don't go
source
for
of
Mr.
income.
Ben, ladies.
Yes.
All
but
right.
you need to don't go for me because
Lady D, what
I
do you
will
think?
need-
I think I am fully in support of child support if the money is being spent on the child for the well-being, the upkeep of the child. I'm 100% in support of child support.
So for me, I'll let you conclude, Manny. For me, because
I would have loved to talk before you conclude.
Okay, go
because
ahead.
I have a question actually.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's an interesting question before I even conclude. Let's say you are with a lady and she gets pregnant, you ask her to abort because you don't want to have a child and pay any child support.
Boy.
And she turns it down. She refuses, she keeps the child. Do you think the father should still be on the hook to pay child support?
Yes,
No.
100%.
No.
100%.
No.
It's your child. Why were you having sex without intercourse?
Excuse me.
Without, oh my God,
If
without
it's your
using
body,
a condom.
if it's your body, your choice, make sure you
This is
stand
your
up for that
child,
choice.
Your choice, right?
Full chest.
Okay.
Well, that's on you.
How
You
about
will still
Mel?
pay
Do
child
you think
support.
The father should still pay child support for that child?
No,
Okay.
Why is that?
because it's not his child.
It is his
It's
child.
not his
No, no, no,
child.
no, it's not his child.
He didn't want the child.
He didn't want the child. He completely denounced the. It's like disowning a child, right?
Use a
Right.
condom.
There is a
girl.
legal system to disown a child, right? And there are verbal contracts too. So I tell you, I don't want it. If you don't want it and I have it, it's not your child. You have no responsibility, nothing at all towards that child.
I mean, the whole idea of being responsible, at first I said nobody should be on child support. So if you have a child with a lady and probably you wanted an abortion or whatever, and the lady insisted on keeping the child,
Yeah.
she should take full responsibility of that child.
Because that was
you
fully
are
her
no
decision.
longer part and parcel of that child. That child is dead as far as you're concerned.
You can't eat your cake and have it, guys. You can't enjoy direct and not suffer the consequences. You must pay child support.
No, it's not my child. I denounced the
yeah,
child.
I think
from the
I
get-go.
agree with both of you. As always, Lady D is always the one that goes off the topic. But I think that if I get you pregnant and I say I don't want a child, I want an abortion because I don't want to be responsible for the child. I don't want to pay any child support. I don't want to take care of any child. That is my right to say that. If you decide to keep that child, that is fine. I have no fucking problem with that. But that is your damn child. And you should not put me on the hook for child support
Yeah.
for something that I did not want.
Yeah.
that should be your child. That is just common sense.
Yeah.
Well, common
Because
sense is
if we turn the tables around and I get you pregnant and I really want the child and you don't want the child and you go and abort, I cannot put you
Sue
on
you.
child support. I cannot
Yeah.
do anything.
Right.
I'm powerless as
Right.
far as that is concerned.
Exactly.
So if what is good for the goose is good for the
Geese.
gander. Is that how they
Gander.
say it? But, all right. To conclude here, guys, we have to love these kids. We have to support them. We have to take care of them. We don't have to use them as a source of income. If you want money, there are so many things you can go out there and do to
OnlyFans.
make money. Yeah, you can even start an OnlyFans. If my baby mama starts an OnlyFans, I'll be a subscriber.
Oh, you have a baby mama?
He didn't say that.
So, guys, so don't use the child as a pawn.
Income.
These
source of
children will grow up so traumatized
income. And resent you.
that they will become a problem to society. Not because they wanted to be that, but because they had a parent who loved money than they
More than
loved
them.
their child. Thank you, guys. It's been a wonderful conversation. I know it was a little heated at some point, but that's how I love this conversation, when they are a little spicy, especially when I say something nasty to Lady and she doesn't respond. She just ignores me. But thank you all. If you like what you've heard today, go ahead and smash the subscribe button, like and follow, share, engage us in the comments, and I, Manny, will be responding to each and every comment. And until then,
Can I add something, Manny?
yeah, go ahead.
If you're out there and you have been put on child support in any situation, positive, negative, punitively, share your story. You don't have to say this was your story. You can always say you know a situation, because that story could help somebody out there.
Share your experience, guys.
it's not gonna
Don't be
help
shy.
nobody because they're already on child support. So
Don't be shy. Share your story.
Help your
well,
neighbor.
keep paying your child support, guys. That's your child you're taking care of. And even if you're taking care of your baby mama, it's your baby mama. It's nobody else's baby mama.
Uh-oh.
Child support for life.